Hey there everyone, welcome back to 14 Bricks. In this video we're taking a look at this LEGO Technic McLaren Senna GTR set 42123. This set is great. The pricing is good. It's $50 US. I never say bucks, $50 US. Obviously no figures because it's a Technic set, and I don't know, I really like it. I think personally I would have preferred if they did just a regular Senna. I think it would have. I thought I'd watched a news video earlier this year, and when I heard the description of it was just Technic McLaren Senna, so I thought it was just going to be my guess, and what I was hoping was one of those really big Technic cars, and just a regular McLaren Senna, but they did $50 Senna GTR, which is still really great. So let's start taking a closer look at this car. Before we take a closer look at all the details, there's this knob here that you just poke right in to this hole in the top of the car, and you can turn the wheel. It actually doesn't show this knob on the box or the direction books, but you can easily just remove it like that. I have it on display without this knob because it doesn't look very good or realistic, but if a kid wants to play and drive it around, you can easily turn the steering wheel, or turn the wheel with that knob. First thing I want to say is the doors do open up. Most doors on Technic cars open to the side, but this is only like the second car that I've ever seen for Technic that has the doors that open up. I'm sure they probably have other ones, but yeah, they open up just like that, and it's really neat. Not the most accurate towards the way they open up. The Senna has doors, they kind of open a little more forward up than, like, this is almost straight up. But it still works and it's still neat. The mirrors look a lot better than what I have seen in the past. This fender, the two front fenders here are this nice shiny print. I really like those. On the front, this is hard, but they have two sets of lights. They have these are actually just white little pole pieces for the front lights, and more back in there you have the main lights back there. It would have been nice if they could have moved those main lights back there, maybe one stud forward, but it's not too bad. They have a lot of these UK or British signs or flag symbols or signs on there, and I like that. I think there's 3 or 4 on the car. The air intake up here. So the interior, let's just lift up both these doors. There's not a whole lot of detail. They kind of have a little bit of a dashboard in there. They got the 2 seats on either side. Not really any details in the middle other than the seats and a small steering wheel. The steering wheel does not turn the wheel, just the knob does. But yeah, the way they designed this was really neat. Inside, in the back there, you can see when I roll this, the pistons are moving up and down. It might be kind of hard to see, but they are moving up and down. The way they move up and down is when the wheel's turning, you have these little things hitting each piston one at a time, which pokes each of them up one at a time. What's really interesting about this car that I thought was weird is actually only one wheel turns all the gears and axles and everything. This wheel just does nothing. It's just, all it's doing is spinning. This is the only one that turns the other stuff, which is not very common. Sorry, my light just went off. But lighting isn't that bad. So yeah, that was really weird. The car is actually on a slight tilt there, if you can see, kind of like it just kind of arches down back there, which is kind of weird, but it's neat. In the back, the exhaust pipes, I didn't realize these were exhaust pipes until I actually finished the car. I don't know why there's only 2 on the Senna GTR, because there are 3 on the regular Senna. The way they designed the wing is quite nice. Obviously, with the GTR version, it has this thing coming all the way down. I actually tried modifying this to make it look like a regular Senna, but it would involve a little bit too much work and taking apart, which I didn't want to do. So, but you could probably make it look like a normal Senna. I'm sure someone has something like that on YouTube, which I would like to see. The rear has these diffusers. One thing that is not the greatest is on the rail car, this area, they just left a gap. On the rail car, this is more filled in here. They just left a big gap on either side, so that a little strange. but it doesn't bother me too much. The tail lights look really nice, and yeah, I mean, that pretty much covers the entire car. To build it, just like any other Technic car, it was complicated, but it wasn't too complicated. So for $50 and 830 pieces, I feel like it's almost a little underpriced, which is good. I'm not asking for them to raise the price at all whenever they have a set that's like, you know, seems a little less. But the thing is that you got to consider, you know, 830 pieces for $50 seems a little bit cheap. But then what you have to think about is lots and lots of these pieces to Technic sets are very small, tiny little pins and stuff to hold everything together. And then just the very outer shell of the car is the big stuff. So smaller pieces cost less, so that's why this thing seems a little bit cheap. But it's a very good set, and the car in real life is even more cool. The car in real life is awesome. I'll show some pictures here. So the car is absolutely amazing, just looks great, and obviously in the back of the direction book they have a few pictures. They have a couple pictures of the car. They obviously have the comparison of the Lego car versus the real car there, which yeah, they did very well. I think it would have been so cool if they would have made this car big though. I hope they do another big McLaren someday, because the McLaren P1 is far too much to afford right now. I haven't even been able to find the P1 online, actually, but anyways, we're not talking about that. Yeah, so this set is really good. It's a good price. Like I said, it seemed a little underpriced, but when you really think about it, with how small most of these pieces are, it does kind of make sense to be $50. But that is all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.